This episode of the Boss Rush Podcast is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to support the Boss Rush Network and our family of podcasts, head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/bossrushnetwork. Thanks for your continued support. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrigan. Alongside me, as always, is the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins, back in his tank top.
Oh, yeah. I would say what's popping, but you guys already know.
His arms are popping out of that tank top. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone else. So... Hi, LeRon, I missed you.
Oh, I missed you too. It's not like we don't speak. It's not like we don't speak the rest of the week before the show happens.
Well, we speak, but you don't. You're
okay.
You're a
yeah,
ghost.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like work keeps me busy, and also, I think I've explained this before. Like, but I'm one of those people like I get phone anxiety. Because like. Notifications are always popping off and stuff, and it's one of those things where it's just like I can't sometimes I can't focus enough to deal with it.
I get it.
I mean it's no offense or nothing. It's just literally like I have to like mitigate like where so because I mean like some phones just do not do a good job of muting notifications. Like you'll tell the notification to mute itself like for like 15, 30 minutes, an hour or whatnot, and it does not do the best job of doing that.
That's fair, I guess. Also here, PK Power Pat Klein. No setup this time.
No setup. Story of my life.
I can set you up.
Sweet.
I know someone. Not in Wisconsin. But it's okay.
Is she cute?
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Hi, Pat.
Hi.
I missed your face too.
Yeah, well, maybe if you responded in the chat often,
No, I didn't respond this week either.
Seriously, I'm the one that's like gets super excited, and I have no one to get excited with.
I'm sorry, Pat.
What
did you get excited for?
I don't know. What was the recent thing? It was probably something Fallout related, or what did we say? What did we get all happy for? Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Are you guys not excited about that?
I've only seen half of the first Sonic movie, so.
But it's Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog. You know who Shadow is. You know who Keanu Reeves is. How is that not a perfect match?
In the words of my really, we'll say, old school mother, he's the black one.
That is true.
She whispers that on the telephone.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, Keanu Reeves. I enjoy Keanu. I've been thinking about playing Cyberpunk again, actually, because of he's in that too.
I mean, if you think about it, Sonic 3 might as well be set in the Cyberpunk universe. It's got Keanu and Idris.
Yeah, might as well be, right? So.
Yep.
So, yeah. No Stephanie tonight. She abandoned us to go on vacation.
Apparently, Bermuda or Bahamas, one of those two. Some island with a B is more important than us.
Yeah. Apparently spending quality time with her son is more important than us. Ooh.
Apparently, not watching the direct because she's somewhere foreign and shouldn't be using her data on her phone is more important than, writing articles for Boss Rush.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all keep talking.
No. I hope she's having fun.
Yep.
Congratulations on your journey there. Did she get there okay? I think she got there okay. She didn't
She
really.
responded the
I think.
next day.
Did she?
Okay, I was about to say
Hmm.
Okay.
I don't recall like getting an
The
update that she was safe and sound.
the last thing I remember was her sending the picture from the plane, but I assume that's when they
Yeah.
took off, not when they landed.
Yeah. No, because I made the comment about the indie world, and she the next day made a comment. Of course, it's while I'm on vacation.
Oh yeah, you're right. There it
So,
is.
yep.
So,
So unless she has a really really long layover, she should be there.
or got abducted by pirates and they stole her phone.
You know what? She was worried about that.
Mm, yeah, pirate.
Hmm.
All right, let's stop speaking the doom of Stephanie here.
Stephanie, we miss you.
Oh man, that I did not watch the indie thing today, and I think I'm okay with
I
it.
saw something about a well, kind of like an open world cat game. It's like a mix of a cat game.
Is it
If you
Cat
were to
Quest?
use a cat, uh, and it's like Untitled Goose Game, but with a
Oh,
cat.
Untitled Cat Game.
But it actually has a title.
Oh,
I never watched like
I think it's Small Cat in a Big City or something.
oh,
Small Kitty in a Big City.
oh. Well, that
I never
sounds.
watched the indie stuff, like whether it's Nintendo or PlayStation. I never watched them. Like I mean, like
Well, good.
I'm one of those people. Indies are still in a weird place for me as far as games go and stuff like that. I like the nostalgic appearance of them and stuff like that. But like a lot of times, and I don't know, like I don't want to say maybe I'm part of the problem, but but it's one of those things where I feel like you're getting to a point where you can't swing a dead cat without hitting some type of indie type game that is either like quality or subpar.
I mean, there were some good reveals in this one. I haven't watched it, but I'm looking at some of them right now. It's just kind of funny how like it the indie showcase was announced after several news breaks about Silk Song getting its rating
Mm.
overseas. So a lot of people assumed that because Silk Song was getting rated in Australia and Korea, that the indie showcase was going to have Silk Song in it.
Ah, well, Xbox has some sort of thing with it now.
Hmm.
So it's whatever the next ID at Xbox thing or next Xbox thing, it's going to be there. I
Yeah,
guarantee it. So, um,
yeah,
anyways,
heard it here.
my my feed was so full of sad Silk Song fans, and it made me so happy because I'm so tired of hearing about that game. I'm so tired of it. Oh, it's like the one game. It's everybody has that game that they're tired of hearing the fans beg for or bark over, and it's like, this is the one. This is the one. And it's not that I don't want Team Cherry to succeed. Obviously, a lot of people are excited and they're going to get their money, and I'm very happy that they're an indie developer that's going to succeed, right? We all want that, but I'm just tired of hearing about Silksong. I hate that little white boomerang face with the red
I
cape.
thought I thought you were a Hollow Knight
Her
fan though.
name's
I
Hornet.
hated Hollow Knight.
I thought you were.
No, I played 10 hours of it. I tried really hard because everybody's like, "Oh, it's good. Oh, it gets good after you get to the second area. Oh, it gets good once you can get the maps and stuff." And I'm like, I
It's
don't see it.
pretty.
Yeah,
It's well designed and.
it's very pretty, but
Hmm.
it's I don't I recognize that the game is good at doing what it's supposed to do. I don't understand why there's this like extremely huge following for it, you know?
Dark Souls.
Oh, it's
But
like how that's the same way I feel about Kingdom Hearts.
well, Kingdom Hearts has a Disney fan base built in,
Hmm.
so Hollow Knight has the I don't know, sad people fan base built in. um,
It's Dark Souls, but with bugs.
yeah,
But they're all
yeah.
still hollow inside.
So I don't even think like the Dark Souls people. I just think it's like I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I wish I got it. I hope you all enjoy it when it comes out. I will not be. So, but you know what you can enjoy our Patreon. If you want to support the Boss Rush podcast and the Boss Rush Network, you can head on over to Patreon at patreon.com/BossRushNetwork, where you can get this show 1 week early and ad-free, and perks like early access to other podcasts, voting rights, and more at the tier that's right for you. Again, that's patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. If you can't contribute financially, it's no big deal. Your viewership is enough for us. If you're watching the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up on the video, and hit the notification bell so you know when all of our episodes go live. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a rating or a nice review. Really helps with discoverability. Remember, you can always find new episodes of all of our podcasts, articles, reviews, and more over on our website at bossrush.net. You can also grab merch from our merch store, 40 designs. Very excited. We're working on some mental health awareness month designs. I'm very excited about. So you can check those out very, very soon. So a couple things to check out. Also, going to plug these. Cordy Yikes posted a reaction video to the Indie World Showcase. You can check that out on the website or on the YouTube channel. That TikTok video she did for us that she put up has over 2,000 views now. That's pretty awesome. She's doing good work. She's doing the work I wish I could do, but don't have time for. And that's what she's here for. So, also, Mary Helen and I interviewed Joe Telesk from Guardians Mental Health last night. It was a very, very good discussion. It was very informative and fun, and Joe's an awesome guy. I hope to share more information about working with Guardians Mental Health again very, very soon. So, such a good conversation last night. I am aware that I blipped out, but I just kept going because it's going to record me anyway. So, but enough of that. Let's talk about what we've been playing on our video game systems of choice. LeRon, you still playing Tekken? You still playing Monster Hunter?
I'm still playing Tekken. Tekken was the only thing I played. Tekken was the only thing I played this past week because like I was trying to rank up my character, which I finally did. I pulled it off on. I was trying to break like last week. If you heard me when we had our guest on, like I was trying to break out of the purple ranks and get to blue rank. And I finally did it. So it took me almost the entire week. Well, it took me the entirety of Saturday and Saturday night to do it. Like it was a lot of playing. But I'm now like into the blue ranks for online rank matches, and it's only going to get worse from here. So like I took today's Wednesday. I took the last 3 days off from playing any video games, but I did have Tekken turned on because I was recording all my replays and stuff before the patch happened. Because when they do patches and updates, the game is no longer able to play replays from the previous version.
Nice.
So yeah, just keep a lookout for my YouTube channel because like you'll see some of my replays for the path to Fujin.
Cool. LeRon's doing the thing.
Yeah,
doing the thing.
I'm having a lot of fun playing Tekken. Like I mean, you know, like I'm definitely. I love Tekken 7, but I feel like I'm having the most fun I've had in a long time playing Tekken with Tekken 8.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's good.
And I honestly could not say that I like Tekken 7 that much to say words even anywhere close to that. I did like Tekken 7, but you know, this game just just feels like a refresh. And I know this game is also doing stuff that's dividing the community a lot. Like you've got people that swear the game is just a terrible game and whatnot, and I don't understand. Is it terrible because like it's not what you thought it would be or what you wanted? How's it terrible?
Because the internet said so. That's basically every argument now.
Yeah, and everybody's being sheep and just agreeing.
Yep, you don't even have to give a reason. You just say it sucks, and you suck with it.
Yeah, like you got the community saying that the PC side of the crossplay, you know, is ruining the experience because there's cheating and stuff like that. All the mods and stuff that are out there do not affect online gameplay. As a matter of fact, most of the mods, if they're not cosmetic mods, are strictly designed for offline play. And And truth be told, even though I haven't used a mod in Tekken 8, like I did use a mod in Tekken 7 because I was just like, I'm not gonna play this game for hours just to get meager coins to unlock the cosmetics for these characters. So I
Meager
so I
coins.
basically like ran a mod in Tekken 7 and gave myself 9,999,000 like gold, and then bought everything I wanted. But
Nice.
I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything like that. As a matter of fact, I haven't even installed like cosmetic mods yet. Even though I've got a whole bunch of them saved that I'm thinking about like adding because like the character I use, Victor, like someone made a Snake Eyes mod from GI Joe, and
Ooh.
it looks fucking tight.
Man, I love when people mod stuff.
Yeah, it looks tight.
I mean the other way though. I mean, did you see the Disney Princess Mortal Kombat
Oh my
mod?
god!
It's so
Yes,
funny. It's so cool.
yes.
It's so
I saw
good.
the Disney Princess Mortal Kombat. I saw the Disney Classic like characters. Man, man,
It's so
it's
funny.
up. It's something about seeing Piglet doing like reptiles moves, spitting acid on people and stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, good times.
Oh my god! Like I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand the community sometimes. Like I mean, like seriously, like like it's like it's like you guys want this stuff and then you bitch about everything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's
So
like it's like everybody wanted crossplay. There's absolute crossplay across three platforms: Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. And people aren't satisfied, or people are like, we only want to play like our own people, like so they want to stay on PSN, they want to stay on Xbox Live. Uh, the PC players aren't saying that. The PC players aren't saying that for the simple fact is like we actually like when like we're actually able to play with our brethren, from on the console side and stuff like that. So I don't know, like is there some immaturity going on here or something? I don't get it, or are people just pretty butthurt because maybe I'm about to throw some salt on this. Are
oh god.
people upset because like the PC community is actually pretty fucking good at this shit?
Yeah.
Like it's PC gaming. Like the fact that like people spend like thousands of dollars on hardware. That means they're serious about their fucking gaming. Like nobody's gonna be trying to play you on like a $900 laptop that technically isn't designed for gaming. Nobody is serious about gaming is gonna do that.
Yeah.
Um, and also people are also bitching, but they forget that part of the PC community is the ROG Ally, the Steam Deck, and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, so it's like PC hardware is everywhere. That's allowing people to play tech. Well, not just Tekken, but allowing people to play like PC games in the crossplay environment and stuff like that. And I don't think people understand like what's involved in it. So like I don't understand the gatekeeping because like even though like there's hashtag PC Master Race and stuff like that, PC gamers aren't gatekeeping shit.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, PC gamers are actually elevating the quality of life for these games because like a lot 9 times out of 10, all these mods that are actually on the PC find their way into the console side because the developers see this stuff, and that's why we have all those good ass mods and all those fucking games like like whether it's Quake or Fallout or whatnot. That's the reason why. That's the reason why, like your freaking train simulator game, like actually had an update or an expansion that actually allowed mods. Like you had a mod builder, and stuff like that. But I don't know, people don't understand it. They just want to say like because the PC environment makes it easy to cheat, which that is true. That is just ruining the game. It's just ruining
Yeah.
all the games.
Yeah. It'll do that. It'll do that. People will do that and ruin people's experiences. But you know what? Just don't hang out with those people. Block them.
Yeah, I also think there's a lack of uneducation because like I said, like going back to the Tekken thing real fast. If someone actually like went to like somebody actually went to the pages and looked at the mods and stuff like that, that everything in the description says that it's just offline or single player mods. Like it does not affect the online community. So like if you're getting your ass beat by somebody, you know, online and stuff like that, like it's because your skill is not up to par. And
Yeah.
I say that as someone who fought tooth and claw to get to the rank I'm at, and I'm past the halfway hump of getting to like the final ranks and stuff like that, but I am not, you know, that good, you know.
Oh, LeRon, you're amazing. You're the best Tekken player I know.
Yep.
Okay,
Agreed.
the best you guys know, yeah, but trust me, I am nowhere close to the best Tekken players that I know, and I'm talking about people in real life, not just people I watch on the tournament circuit.
Although Josh, formerly of the EXP cast, might be able to give you a run for your money.
I'd love to play him. I see him online from time to time.
Yeah, I don't know how good he is. I just know that Tekken was his shit. So
He plays a lot because I get the notification when he's online playing Tekken.
well, he also is the CEO of a multi tournament league. So
Oh yeah. I know he runs a fighting game tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love to play him.
Do it. Stream it. I'm glad you're enjoying Tekken, LeRon.
Yeah,
it's always good to find a game that you can just stick with. It's bad for podcasting, but good for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Is it bad for podcast? Oh, you mean because like I don't wind up having a variety of games to talk about when we get to our what are we playing segments?
Yeah. Well, look, I'm going to be talking about Destiny for the next 3 months, so I'm just going to warn everybody now.
Yeah, I love that Destiny's having a nice resurge, a resurgence.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. And you see, that's one thing. That's one thing I can say. You know, like as a PC gamer, I celebrate the fact that you know, like games have these resurgences. The Fallout games, because of the series that's out right now, is having a resurgence. Halo gets a resurgence every time the new season of the actual Halo series comes out, even though motherfuckers hate that show for some reason.
Yeah, we had a question in for the my Destiny podcast about that we're recording tomorrow about why are Amazon's shows so great and Fallout gets it and Halo sucks. And I'm like, I actually really like Halo.
I like Halo. Like
I know I like
you see that's more gatekeeper nonsense because you know I've never understood. Okay, like I understand. I can't say I never understood it, but I don't understand the people who are purists and they want a TV show or a movie to go the exact same way like the games go and stuff like that. Just for a simple fact is like are you late? Are you lazy? Do you just want to just rewatch something, you know, instead of like sitting down and playing like the 8 or 9 hour campaign to see the same story? Are you lazy? Because I feel like for me, like the experience the story play out, I think is the fun part of it. You know, like if you need to watch you know, like how the game plays out, jump on YouTube and watch someone's let's play or long play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like the fact that you know, so the Halo show took a lot of liberties because from what I understand, like none of the stuff in the show is happening anywhere close to how it happens in the game. But I also like the fact that you know what, at least they're giving the writers a fucking job and letting them create content. You know, anyone can rehash the stuff that's already been out there. That's why fan fiction exists. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when you take an actual existing property and make original stories behind it, that is really what the fan base should always be, you know, like wanting, you know, like or asking for. Because guess what? Because like these stories eventually die when the gaming franchise ends. So like, you know, there will be an end to Halo at some point, just like there will be an end to Destiny at some point. There will be an end to Monster Hunter at some
Halo
point.
continues on one perfect round.
Patrick, stop it. All I'm saying is these franchises have a shelf life and stuff like that. Like hence the fact that it looks like Dead Space is dead again. And you know what? I blame Jeff Grubb for hurting my soul on this one. I blame him. Yes, I blame him. I know he's your hero, Corey, but I blame him.
He's not my hero.
I could have lived in my own little like utopia of ignorance, thinking that we're going to get something. It didn't even have to be a Dead Space 2 remake, but it was nice. It was nice to feel like, you know, like the Dead Space franchise was getting new life breathed back into it.
I mean,
Even though EA swears up and down, like like they're like there's no validity to like the whole thing, you know.
yeah. Well, look,
But I mean,
it's not Jeff Grubb's fault that that game didn't sell well. Just gonna throw that out there.
well, yeah, it's not it's not Jeff Grubb's fault that the game didn't sell well, but at the same time, the game actually, I believe the game actually outsold the original Dead Space.
I mean, yeah, sure it did.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Was there litmus like trying to outsell like the Resident Evil remakes? Because I mean, like, come on, like Dead Space, in my opinion, has always been niche. Just like at a certain time, Resident Evil was niche, but Capcom just didn't want to give up on Resident Evil, and they definitely didn't want to give up on Resident Evil the way EA is giving up on Dead Space.
He gives up on anything that's not a sports franchise.
Yeah, but you want to know something? You want to know something that's crazy? And I had to think about this. The fact that we're in an age right now where remakes and remasters are guaranteed money, and you're telling me a company like EA does not want to remake or remaster something that is literally just you can copy and paste that bitch.
That's
I
kind of what
we're
Konami does. To be perfectly honest.
we're living in bizarro world, you know.
It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken up a lot of talk time for what we've been playing. That I just talked about 4 games that I'm not playing. So I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm sure you're just turning into Ed now
Mm-hmm.
on Nintendo Power Block, where he talks about every game that he's installing or planning on buying instead of what he's actually playing.
Well, I planned on buying a Dead Space 2 remake.
It's fair. It might still come. You don't
Might still
know.
happen, yeah, but
More likely to be like 10 years out there now, but
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah. So, well.
sorry, I just had to yell at the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They just started barking for no damn reason.
Mm-hmm. I get it. It's fine. It's fine. Pat,
Whoa!
what are you playing, buddy?
What? Me?
I mean, unless you're not playing anything, and then I can go.
I mean, I am playing things. I'm just used to being last.
Well, I thought I would change it up.
Well,
Is that okay? You can go last.
No, I'll go now. I'll go now. All right. Well, I finished 2 games over the course of last week.
You finished more games.
Pat's like, you're not the boss of me.
You finished more games in a week than I have finished all year.
Yeah, that's true. Though, granted, these games were on the shorter side. They're indies and they're shorter. It's a nice break after playing 2 massive JRPGs to get some of these smaller ones out of the way. And so now I can focus on another massive JRPG. Well, not really massive. It's pretty long. We'll see. Anyways, I'm not talking about that game. I'm talking about game number 14 of 2024 and also 1,000 gamer points, Botany Manor.
Ooh.
What is this? What is this? Please explain.
This is a first-person puzzle game where you play as a woman botanist in the it's either the late 1800s or the early 1900s. I can't remember anymore. And she wants to be like renowned, but of course it's more of a man's society to be the education or a professor. So she finally gets a publisher to agree to publish something for her, but she has to fill up a journal of plants that are very rare to bloom. And so that's that's the goal of the game, is to bloom 12 different species of plants uh, by kind of simulating their environment through like puzzles. For example, maybe one of the plants only blooms during thunderstorms, so you have to try and simulate some way to, make it seem like there's a storm out there, or some will only bloom at a certain heat range. It's you find these clues all throughout the manor, based on kind of where they're located. and other kind of species of plants through notes that you find, and eventually you get enough clues that you can simulate how this plant is supposed to bloom and bloom it, and then fill out your journal for it. It's a very cozy game.
Nice.
Yep.
I think my one ex coworker texted me the other day, and she said that she got it and she really enjoyed it. So,
Hmm.
which is weird because like it's not weird, I guess, but it's strange when somebody who is like kind of known for not knowing anything about games really, like her favorite games are Zelda games, and that's usually like all she plays. And then she started playing other games because we started talking about other games,
Hmm.
and so that was and now she's like exploring games, and it's fun.
Isn't that cool?
It is cool. And
Yeah.
this was one that she wanted to try out. I said, "Do it."
Yeah, it got great reviews. Honestly, I thought the game was a blast. The puzzles are, a nice. Each one plant that you bloom is very different from another plant. Um, it's not terribly long, and it's a pretty easy gamer score if you want to go and try and get the 1,000 points. And it's free on Game Pass.
Nice.
Yep. And then the next game I got, game number 15 of 2024, and my Platinum 83 is the Brothers remake.
Ooh.
Got that one going for book club, so I'm not going to really speak a whole lot about it. But you know what? It's another pretty simple, if you follow a guide to get the Platinum Trophy. And it's also probably one of the only games I've gotten the Platinum Trophy before even beating the game.
Nice.
I thought that was a little weird, but you know what? I'll take it.
Nice.
So if you want to hear more about Brothers, though, tune in for our future book club.
Yeah.
And finally, I watched the entire Fallout season on Amazon
Ooh.
Prime.
Well, that's fun.
And let me tell you guys, that show was awesome. Like,
Nice.
but going back to what LeRon says, it is a show that literally takes the source material but does something original with it. Because this is a story that takes place in the Fallout timeline. This is probably the farthest out the story has gone, and it stays true to a lot of the prior lore, but it also like brings out some revelations that just totally make sense. And it's a fun show. Like there's a lot of there's some fun humor, there's a lot of great action pieces. It's got some great characters, each with their unique personality. I personally really like the Ghoul, played by Walton Goggins.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's I highly recommend it, guys.
Nice. Awesome. Is it better than Halo? Is it worse than Halo?
I haven't seen Halo, so I couldn't tell you
I
if it's
knew he was
better.
going to say he had not seen Halo. I knew he was going to
So
say
I'm
that.
not going to judge whether or not it's better than Halo, but from my personal experience, it really one made me want to play a Fallout game again. And I did boot up Fallout 3 briefly and played that for like 3 hours. Fallout 4 is actually supposed to be getting its next gen patch here next week,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
going to be exciting.
Happy day for everybody that's a Fallout fan.
Yep. I mean, I've heard rumors that they're remaking or remastering number 3, but I don't
Oh,
know.
that would be nice. That would get me to pick Fallout back up
Hmm.
Ooh.
Also,
because I actually like 3.
yeah, no, that's why I wanted to go back. It's like I remember 3 being really good, but it was also my first Fallout that I experienced. And also
Uh huh.
3 has Liam Neeson who plays as your father. I mean, how cool is that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
But and so I also so I started playing 3, just kind of messing around with it a bit. I'll go back to it eventually. I still got more. I like to try and get the newer things done before I try go back to some older ones. But also, with the recent Fallout TV show, Todd Howard came out and said that Fallout New Vegas is in fact canon. So
Nice.
I feel like Todd Howard's pulling some shit out of his ass with that one because
what?
like for this entire the entirety of this time, like I mean, it wasn't like it was out and out said that it was not canon, but basically they let everybody be convinced that it was not canon, and now he
Mm.
comes out of his ass and says that.
Well, I mean, there's just kind of a reason he said that, but I'm not gonna go into that reason. But needs to say, watch the show.
Okay, so it's something related to what's happening in the show.
Yep,
Okay.
that is tied into the lore of New Vegas. So
Ooh, lore of New Vegas, eh? What a great game.
yep,
Nice.
that's
New
me.
Vegas. Only Fallout game I ever finished.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I think it's the only Bethesda game I've ever finished. Like Bethesda Game Studios game I've ever finished.
Well, you know what? You got a leg up on me. I have not finished any of the Fallout games.
Hmm.
I've played them, I've replayed them multiple times, but I've never actually finished it. There was always something about the whole uh I want to be able to be all the factions at once and like experience the whole game, but unfortunately you can't really do that in a Fallout game. It's once you choose a faction, you're kind of stuck in that and the other factions hate you. So,
Hmm.
which faction did you choose for Vegas?
I don't remember, dude. It was like 20 years ago.
Oh,
I just know, I had a cowboy hat on for a while.
cool. That's cool.
Yep.
Anyway, it's your turn.
I have been playing Destiny. Shocker.
With the cowboy hat.
No. Yeah, actually, one of my builds does have a cowboy hat. My armamentarium build, where I get extra grenades. And I found some build crafting guides where your grenade charge it just fills up, just keeps filling up, filling up, filling up, filling up. So
So
like
just endless grenades.
kind of almost, yeah, it's kind of cool. If you have the right build, I don't have the helmet for the build, but I have the chest piece for the build, which it gives like your charged melee kills give you extra grenade energy, and your extra grenade energy gives you melee energy for your charge. So it's kind of like, you kind of have to switch between them, but it's fun. It's great. So, but I've been playing the new onslaught mode, which is kind of their version of horde mode. Getting some cool weapons, chasing the shinies. It's
Gotta
awesome.
chase some shinies.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great. I don't really know what else to say here because I know nobody's going to understand what I say, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to wrap up some quests that I haven't finished yet, from previous expansions, so I can kind of go in with a clean quest log. And I have it kind of sucks. I have 53 unfinished quests.
See, here's the thing. If you're not playing an online game right, if your quest log is clean.
I know.
The whole goal is that when you're working on one quest is to gain at least 5 more quests.
Yeah. So I've been playing that. I've been actually trying to figure out like the other characters as well, or like the other classes, because I don't play any other class except for Titan, and I haven't in a long time. So I've been kind of messing around with my Warlock, and I forgot I had the Ghost of Tsushima cosmetic that I bought like a year and a half ago, and it's really dope. And I don't think I'm ever going to wear anything else. It's really cool. The Ghost of Tsushima cosmetic is probably the best looking Warlock gear in the game. So can't say that about the God of War cosmetic for the Titan or the Horizon cosmetic for the Hunter, but the Warlock, it's awesome. So I did get I got a really cool like what they did too with the weapons is they brought back a bunch of old weapons from throughout the years for this. So they brought back like this submachine gun called Recluse and a scout rifle called Hung Jury, and they brought back some exotic weapon missions that those exotic weapons are now craftable and you can get random rolls on it, so you can make them even better than their original rolls. And they're just doing a lot of cool stuff leading into the final shape, and introducing Prismatic, which is the new subclass, seems really awesome and kind of like probably what the next Destiny is going to be built around this one subclass, because it allows full customization of all the subclasses instead of, separating. Oh, well, I need to have a stasis build, so I'm going to use the ice powers. I need to have a void build, so I'm going to use the void subclass, right? It's mixing them together, and I think they're trying to see how people respond to it, because I really think Destiny 3 is happening, and lore wise, merging all the subclasses into one subclass will make sense by that time. Um, so I'm really interested to see. It's This is the most interested I've been in the future of Destiny in a very, very long time. I'll say that. And not just from like a lore perspective or a story perspective, but just like how the game is going to mechanically function after the final shape and beyond. Because it really feels like they're trying to break the game. And it's really fun. So, but I've been playing that. I did finally download Brothers. I did not play it yet, but I downloaded it, so I'm going to play that this weekend. So because I need to get that done because we have to record next week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was that late already.
Mm-hmm.
So good times, doing all this.
Those book club games sneak up on you.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. It's fine though. I mean, Brothers is relatively short, right?
Yeah, I finished it in like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's one sitting. I can do that.
Mm-hmm. I finished it in one sitting.
Yeah. I'm excited for it though. I hear the ending is sad.
You never played it?
No, that's why I didn't play it, because I heard the ending was sad.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly why I didn't play it.
Well, it's an experience. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. So, I feel like I played something else too. What did I play? I played something else. Oh, I played Disney Dreamlight Valley. Nobody cares about that. You guys don't want to hear about that. The Monsters Inc. The Monsters Inc. Star Path is ending, so I had to, buy the rest of my Star Path because I didn't finish it. It's cool
So
though.
have they announced what the next expansion is going to be on that?
No, A Rift in Time is kind of the current expansion, but the Star Paths are kind of like their battle passes.
Mm-hmm.
And so they usually after one ends, they don't have another one right away.
Okay.
What they'll do is have like a small community event is what they call them, where you can submit screenshots and stuff to their website, and if your screenshots are good or fun, or you allow them to use them in their marketing and stuff, they will send you special items in your mailbox and stuff. So it's kind of neat. Really, they're just collecting information from, it's Disney trying to collect information from people, but the idea of it is nice. So I really don't like what my character is wearing, but my daughter likes to dress my character up, and so I have to leave it, because the next time I turn it on and she sees it, she'll be like, "You changed the clothes," and I'll be like, "Yeah."
It's like, hey, I love you, girl, but you're fashion style sucks.
Yeah, I mean, she if it was her choice, she would dress like the kid from Big Daddy every day. So probably worse. No offense, I love my kids, but so there's a reason why parents dress their kids and kids don't dress their kids. So one day my son came out with pants on his arms because he thought it was a shirt and it wouldn't fit. So
It's a problem when there's not an extra hole up there.
yeah, that's what she said. Jokes. Speaking of jokes, let's get into some of these questions, everybody, because that's all I've been playing. I did. Oh, you know what I did watch? Actually, you know what I watched? Actually, I actually watched something on TV. I watched Ted, the teddy bear show.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
TV show
Yeah,
from Seth MacFarlane.
yeah, and it was funny. It was really funny.
Nice.
It was that comedy is right up my alley. It's so funny. There's a whole episode about going to the going to like Blockbuster and renting porn or a video store and them getting fake IDs. It's so funny. Oh, it's so awesome. And the guy behind the cashier, the cashier is is like legally blind and can't see the IDs anyway. It's so funny. We also watched the first episode of Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon.
What do you think about that?
I think it's gonna be really fun to watch.
Okay, yeah, Rafi and I are on the finale right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Do you like it?
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it, but there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with the show, but something's up with the story pacing.
Yeah, I kind of got that from the first episode,
Yeah,
but it's yeah, I'll wait and see. I do feel like though, not to spoil anything, but the characters at the beginning should have been Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
why?
Because that would have been neat.
I don't know if those two can legally be in a room together.
Who cares? Just give them $10 million a piece and you'll be fine. Just raise the price of Amazon Prime free shipping.
I actually appreciate the fact that like they're doing something completely original with it. Like they're
No,
because when I first heard about it before I found out the casting, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, okay, so are they gonna because like the premise of the movie, and this is a spoiler for people who've never seen the movie. I don't know what the fuck y'all have been doing, for like the past 20 years now, but the premise of the movie is like they're both work for they're not even spies as far as I can tell. There's like guns for hire, and neither one of them know they're working for a counter agency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas in this show, like it's not the case. And so I thought if anything we were going to see like when I first heard the premise of this show, I thought we were going to see like the origin of how like they got to where they were in like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie, but it's not going that route, and I kind of enjoy it because once again I like original storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's good. I hope the thing is like I know this is the kind of show that I would like. I'm watching it with my wife though, and I kind of feel like this may not be a show that she's into.
You're going to enjoy it. They've got some really good like guest characters, not characters, I'm sorry, guest stars on the show and stuff like that. Like Ron Perlman is in an episode. Sarah Paulson from American Horror Story is in an episode. Parker Posey is in an episode. The guest stars are shoot. The guest stars actually are make the show just as interesting.
Yeah. Well, There's a lot to watch. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to play.
Oh, I mean, if we're talking about stuff that we're watching, like I watched the entire Quiet on Set documentary.
Oh boy, how's that?
Heavy, heavy.
Yeah.
Like they and this is all based on like the stuff that was going on behind the scenes at Nickelodeon. So like think of the big names like Amanda Bynes, Jeanette McCurdy, Drake Bell, Ariana Grande. Think those names. Keenan and Kel, stuff like that, and all the stuff that was going on. It's heavy, especially when you get to the stuff dealing with Drake Bell. Like if you've been living under a rock, like a lot of people don't know that a lot of people should know that Drake Bell was assaulted, by his acting coach for a long time, you know, and like there was this weird culture, that was going on behind it, and like it was one of those things where like we know how we say in this day and age, like if you see something, say something, but Hollywood subculture is if you see something, like shut your mouth or you lose your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it talked about like sexual harassment that was going on in the writers' room, and like behind the scenes of production. It talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and man, it was heavy. But I'm telling you, like, like there's literally something wrong with you. There's literally something wrong with you. Like when you get to the Drake Bell episode, and Drake Bell took up like episode 3 and about 20 minutes of episode 4. There's something wrong with you if you do not feel like like some type of like not even pity, just sadness for how that went down. Watching the decline of watching the mental decline of Amanda Bynes, is wild. And and they frame that too because like they frame that because like even though we're talking mainly about Nickelodeon, they show some of the other like great ones too, like Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie. It's crazy, and they talk about like a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the racial stuff that was going on, like yeah, like there was no equality, and and then the fact that Dan Schneider was like doing morally dubious stuff with these children, that I'm not saying that he was doing anything that was like predatory or whatnot, but he was doing morally dubious stuff, like always wanting the female actresses, the young female actresses, like give them massages, and stuff like that, like neck massages and back rubs and stuff, and just yeah, woo, it's a bit much, yeah.
Yep. No, it sucks. Just kind of what everyone through the Hollywood, like just children in Hollywood in general, just get treated raw. Not even just children in Hollywood, like that.
Anybody,
Yeah,
anybody that fits a certain profile that like. I'm not saying like that would not stand up for themselves, but some people are just not able to like defend themselves properly, or some people are just automatically a target based on their looks, their demographic, or whatever, and stuff like that. And
or
like
the
oh,
whole
go ahead.
organization knows about what's going on, and they just keep silent. Like that.
Yeah,
Another thing that this reminds me of is
they overlook it. Yep.
the women's gymnastic team and the
Oh
doctor.
God.
Everyone knew that he was doing it, but they
Yeah.
just shut their mouth because I don't know why. But uh, you know what?
Yeah. It's just wild.
It is. Anyways, we got questions, right?
Sure.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Let's
Yeah.
stop talking about what we've been watching.
Why? It's fun.
No, it's fun. Yeah,
I'm watching you,
I
LeRon.
should I after we finish recording, should I just leave my camera on the rest of the night?
Sure.
The bed's right there.
I'll give you $1.
Mm-hmm.
$1? Come on, man.
Remember,
Come on, man. I'm not even gonna loosen my top button for $1.
Anyways, let's answer some of these questions. You can email us at podcast.bossrush@gmail.com or tweet at us or join the Discord or leave a question in the question thread on Patreon if you are a paid member at any tier. So, our first question comes from the one true James via Discord. Do you have any thoughts on Child of the Sun and why it seems to have underperformed despite wide marketing? Have you played it? It's underperformed because I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either.
I don't even know what it is. Pat, this seems like something that you would play. This sounds like a game that you know about.
Is it an indie? Is it an indie, first of all? Oh, Pat's looking it up. So, Children of the Sun.
Children of the Sun.
Children of the Sun. Children of the Sun. What are you? What are you? A supernatural sniper game where you control the path and speed of just one bullet.
Oh, this sounds like Sniper Elite. A little bit. Except, you can control the bullet.
Tactical third, yeah.
Oh.
Basically, you're guiding the bullet so that you only have one bullet, and you have to beat the mission using that one bullet. I honestly, I never really heard of the game. I mean, it sounded a little bit familiar, but I don't recall ever seeing marketing on this one.
Yeah, I don't even know what.
All right, based on the description, it sounds just niche enough that that nobody's really going to know about it, and it'll wind up having a cult following like 10, 15 years from now.
I feel like Devolver put more marketing into Pepper Grinder, because I heard a lot about that one, and that one I played. Did Devolver even have a demo for this? Probably not. Oh,
it's on the eShop now. Pepper Grinder.
This is a Devolver game.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? It's also just for Windows.
Oh, it's only on Steam, huh?
Yeah.
Lame sauce. That's why nobody's heard of it. Nobody plays Steam here except for LeRon.
I have Steam and I've never heard of it.
Oh. This seems like
it doesn't show up in my. Hold on, let me open up Steam right now. I don't think it's on my curated page.
That's a little weird for a Devolver game to not be on other platforms.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe, but I don't know. It's not like Steam's out there making exclusive deals for things.
Yeah, it's not on my top page. Like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
And I mean, my top page is definitely not like curated. It's not curated for me because, like, if my top page is curated for me, then there's something wrong with the fact that I'm getting freaking. Wait, what game was I just saw it? Well, actually, I don't know. Content warning. That might sound like it might hit my algorithm. And I'm hearing terrible things about Harold Halibut.
Wait, I'm seeing phenomenal reviews about Harold Halibut.
I'm seeing middling reviews for Harold Halibut. It's like okay. I mean,
I don't even know.
It is British stop motion at its finest.
Oh God, stop motion! I'm going to throw up.
British stop motion. We're talking Wallace and Gromit level.
Pass.
Chicken Run level. We should totally do it for a book club. If you'd like to see us do Harold Halibut for a book club game, vote now.
I'm adding it to the list, but I will not be participating. We need more people to participate in book club.
I mean, I participated in every single one.
I'm calling everybody out. We have a...
Fine, I'll start voting. Fine.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Deering, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Kiel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.
I would love to.
We have an invader.
Hi.
It's the man, the myth, the legend, Matthew Kiel.
Hello.
Hi, Matt.
How are we?
Hi.
Hi.
Pat, LeRon, Corey.
Where have you been? Where have you been all my life, dude? And by all my life, I mean the last 6 weeks.
The last 6. Well, not to kind of
It's like I'm the inaugural member of your stalker club.
I mean, actually, you're not. But that's
Okay. Who is he? Who is he?
it was a she, actually.
Oh,
We're not going to
oh.
talk about that
Oh.
because
Okay, if it's mother of your child, if it's mother child, I can't compete.
no, Reba was not
Okay,
my first stalker.
okay, then that wench.
No, the person who, I don't know if this is possible, but it seemed like I ended up making peace with my stalker somehow.
Oh, so you just accepted
What
them
did
into your
you?
life?
What
No.
did you do? What did you do?
What did I do? I didn't.
What did
Well, I had a conversation. Really, I'm like, look,
Oh, the lame.
yeah, I tried to take the peaceful way out. I'm like, hey, look, this isn't gonna happen. This is not. We shouldn't do this. You know what's wrong. I'm
They
uncomfortable.
listen to that?
And
what?
And eventually, like it did not happen. I did not make this basket on the first shot, but I tried to meet them where they were at. I'm not saying that this is a way to deal with it. In general, it's probably I probably made the wrong decision, but
you practically were giving them what they wanted.
It turned out like okay.
Yeah, sure it did.
But ultimately, they I guess they found somebody, and I no longer talk to them anymore. So
they found someone.
Trust me. I'm always going to be obsessed with you.
I mean, you have shoulders and arms like that. I will allow it all day, sir.
God. This feels like an after dark topic. We're not there yet.
Why is Corey blushing? We're talking. Matt and I are having a conversation. Why are you blushing, Corey?
Because I want to be in the middle. Eiffel Tower style. All right.
High fives over the top.
On that note,
we're building a bridge. No.
Yeah. Questions.
Also, it's not that Baltimore bridge. We're all right.
Yikes! Too soon.
It'll contort, but it won't break. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God. Anyways, Sam Hall writes in via Patreon. What is your favorite game series that you have never finished a game in? Have you played any games in that series, and do you plan on finishing them?
Wait. Favorite game series, but you've never finished a game, like a game in the series, or just you kind of like lacking on like one or two entries in that series. I need better clarity because
I think I understand this one. I understand this one. So so you know, like how there are a lot of people. I'm in my age group. I'm in my mid 40s. They became
25.
They became parents in their like 20s or 30s, or they just work too much, or they tried to keep a normal sleep schedule. And you can't really do that if your favorite game series is like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest or I'm 44, LeRon. Or if you are, I acted. My secret is dick jokes. But if you are into like the longer RPGs, like it's really hard to finish them. Like, look at you, LeRon. You like Monster Hunter a whole lot. I like Monster Hunter a lot. Do we ever actually finish those games?
Well, that's a continuous game.
Like,
in my
does
opinion.
it end?
No, because like the grind never stops. There's no way you have 100% of all the gear and all the weapons.
I have everything in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I have it all. Everything. I have every stupid bow gun in that game. I have every dumbass longsword. I have every dumbass hammer.
Even though I'm currently finished with Monster Hunter Rise, I never fought Primordial Malzeno.
Oh, you're missing out. That's like Like if there's one fight in Monster Hunter that has made me a fan for life, that's it. Like that's
Really?
what a
Really?
glorious,
That's an
oh
endorsement.
man, what a glorious fight. It was so worth it to get there.
Okay, I guess I'm at the. Ooh, I'm at the. Actually, no. I've been playing. I've been playing World. I've been playing Iceborne. So like, it's not like I need to like dust off like dust,
Yeah.
like knock off the dust or anything on Rise and
So
Sunbreak.
getting back to Sam's question, I totally get this because there are people, gamers, that don't always get to finish everything they start because many gamers feel the need to keep up with the constant stream of newest, latest, new hotness.
That's true.
I do know
So,
that feeling.
Like I'm not one of them. I try to finish everything I start. Very rarely do I not at some point, but I don't know if I have anything
You
that
know,
I've
now
not
now that I've
finished.
gotten more clarity on it, I do have an answer. But keep going. I found my answer.
Then I
Found
will
his
I will
reason.
I will step aside and let you have your
Oh.
reason because I was just trying to clarify the question, not answer it.
Oh, okay. Well, I can answer this question because like I'm not gonna say it's a favorite game series, but I do like this game series. But I have not actually like made the investment of actually like beating it, and this has multiple games in this franchise right now, and that is definitely the Horizon Zero Dawn series.
It's a good series. It's my only platinum. Is that first one?
I mean, I
More
love
platinum,
everything
my
about
friend.
the. I mean, I love everything about the combat, the character design, the creature design. The actual story is actually very compelling and stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
it has the makings of everything that checks all the marks. For me. And yeah, I just realized that actually. I can also say Resident Evil because I never beat Resident Evil 4. I have not played touch 7. I have not played 8.
So you never beat an A Resident Evil?
Oh, that's right. Never finished a game in. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Hmm.
Never mind.
I have a few. I mean, Xenoblade is the big one for me. Every time I play it, I love it, but those games are way too long.
You've never finished any of those games? Okay.
No, I put like 70 hours into Xenoblade Chronicles X too, and I never finished it. I got to the
Now
point where
X.
like you could take your mechs and fight the dragons in the air and stuff,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I never finished it.
Now X is the second game in the series, right?
X is
Tech-
technically yes.
but it's a spin-off.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's set in the same universe, but it's not part of the main story.
Yeah.
It's
Because
there's actually-
JRPGs are fun.
yeah.
Well, they didn't realize that Xenoblade Chronicles was gonna spawn more stories. I think
Yeah.
they just kind of went with like they tried to do something different, but slapped a name on it, and then finally they came up with Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah.
Can someone please tell me, like, is this related to Xenogears?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it related to Xenos? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Wait. Is it related to Xenogears and Xenosaga?
Yes.
Because Xenosaga was technically.
Spiritually.
Cosmos is in Xenoblade.
Yeah, as
Both of them, the blue one and the purple one.
I don't know about Xenosaga.
she's
No,
not
wait,
an
no.
actual character.
No, never
though.
mind.
She's just the blade, like one
Never
of the
mind. I'm
random
thinking of
blades.
Xenoclash. I don't think Xenoclash is related to.
No, it's Xenogears. Then you have the Xenoblade, it's Xenogears, then it's the Xenosagas 1 through 3, and then it's the Xenoblade Chronicles.
Because as much as I love
Bat and Kados too, they did.
Oh,
That's not Xenoblade, though.
I know, but they
it doesn't
did
have
that.
anything to do with them.
I know, but I'm just saying they did that. Monolith did that series.
because as much as I love Xenogears, like I tried to like Xenosaga, and I felt like there was just a disconnect.
I really liked Xenosaga.
Xenosaga was good shit.
Yeah, I thought about trying to rebuy those games, except for Xenoblade, Xenosaga 2 and 3 are like expensive as hell.
I do have Xenosaga 3 still. Don't know why I gave up the other two, but I have 3.
That's the expensive one.
I replayed Xenogears last year on my Vita.
Ooh, Vita boy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because I'm a gamer.
Yeah, you are.
Real gamers play Vita still.
Yeah.
How big's your memory
That-
card, Matt?
I don't kiss and tell.
Oh. That big, huh?
I do want to say I am impressed with how Halo multiplayer your voice got there for a second.
Yeah. Look, man, this is my 4th show this week. Okay, I'm very.
I mean, I was waiting for you to go Slayer.
They can't say Slayer anymore.
Why?
I don't
Why
know.
not?
You can't say Slayer. They don't say Slayer, and they don't say SWAT anymore. Because cops, I guess.
So I guess
bad.
so. SWAT. No, well, swatting is a thing that does happen. Slayer, the only thing I can think of is the band finally caught up to it, and
That's
said,
what I'm
"No."
thinking.
Okay, maybe Slayer's back in it, but when I was playing it when it first came out, they called it Team Deathmatch. I'm like, oh, okay, Team Deathmatch.
Well,
now.
Slayer was always every person for themselves.
Yeah, well, there's Team. It used to be called Team Slayer. Was the
Oh, really?
was the 4v4 and 8v8 stuff. Huh. Slayer.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, if I had a series that the one I would say would be the Shin Megami series. Really, I've only been in Persona 5 and 3. And I have literally like 10 other Shin Megami games I have not beaten.
Better get on it, Pat.
You're
a fake fan.
But since I guess I don't know if you want to throw Persona in the Shin Megami series, even though they are part of the series.
Don't say something that'll piss people off.
I know.
People tend to get real mad when you start doing that.
Yeah.
If you include Persona, you have to include Soul Hackers and Digital Devil Saga and all these. What's the other one? What's the other kind of main one?
Well, I mean, you have the baseline, the Shin Megami Tensei. You have the Soul Hackers, Devil Summoner, Devil Survivor, Soul Hackers, Persona.
Too many.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's like I got 5 for the 3DS. I have like 4 for the PlayStation 4 that I still need to be. I got a lot. I've only beaten Persona 3 and Persona 5. The entire series.
I would say the other series for me would be Nier. I played the original on Xbox 360 for a while, and then I played about 20 hours of Nier Automata, and then I just stopped for some reason.
Yeah, you loved that Switch port.
Yeah, it was really good. It's one of the best Switch ports I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Not that game is like super intense, but it looks really good on the OLED too. Got to get right up close to it. I make myself laugh. It's fine. I know I'm not.
Hey, someone's got to make you laugh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of series I like with games I've not finished in them. I think so. I like the Yakuza series, but I've only finished Yakuza 0. I started 1, did not finish it. What brought me into the series was Like a Dragon, and I never actually finished that because I wanted to play the others so badly.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Yakuza is probably it for me.
Yeah, I would allow it. There's enough in the series that if you play 1, then there's still like a whole bunch that you haven't played. It's like you haven't played the series yet.
Well, I mean,
what's crazy about the Like a Dragon series is like I'm old enough to remember the first entry into the series. I remember when it was a big deal because I'm one of the people that was still reeling from the fact that there was no more Shenmue.
Yeah,
but it was almost exactly like Shenmue.
Exactly, and I don't know why I never got into it back then. I guess because it was too niche. I guess
Not only that, it's had Mark Hamill play as Goro Majima in the original. Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. What a guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man. Shall we move on?
Sure.
All
Yeah.
right. Oh, this is the wrong doc. I almost read an After Dark question. Not there yet. What is the worst gaming related purchase you've ever made? This is from Todd Oxtra, our friend, our pal over at Secret Friends Unite.
I know Todd.
Secret
10
Friends
years.
Unite.
Happy birthday, Todd.
Happy birthday, Todd.
Happy birthday.
1 year shy of the big one. The half century mark. Maybe he doesn't want that to be known.
What's your worst gaming related purchase you've ever made?
Oh gosh, how much time you
I
got?
don't know. Like I don't know. Like I bought so many bad games that they've been purged from my memory. Which I don't know. That's kind of bad because that means I could make the mistake of purchasing them again. You know.
Yep. Man, after like the PS2 era, I was like really careful of which games I purchased and which ones I didn't. Because there was a lot of trash on the PS2.
I feel like the PS1 Nintendo 64 era is when we basically learned what shovelware meant.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. The worst Tetris game is on N64, by the way.
Worst gaming related purchase. Oh, why did I forget about this? I'm one of those people. I was a proud owner of the 32X, the Sega 32X.
Ooh.
Why did I spend $200 on that damn thing?
Because it was the 32X, man.
Like it barely did anything to enhance like your existing cartridges, man.
It's true.
I was definitely Team Sega because during that run of the Genesis series, like I had the Genesis, I had the Sega CD, I had the Sega CD, like the actual side attachment to it. I bought the 32X, and I bought those revamped controllers that came out,
the 6-button ones.
Yep, I bought those revamped controllers when that came out. And then when they downsized the Sega CD and made the Sega CDI, I bought that, which that's a good purchase. I'm going to say that was a good purchase.
That was the one that had the Genesis 3 on it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Man, what a time! So if you had it's funny if you had the Genesis 1 and you bought a Sega CD, it came with that extender. Remember the extender that came with it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was awful.
I mean, at least they found something to do with that RAM cartridge slot that they never built an actual RAM cartridge for.
Right. And then they did the same thing in the Saturn, and then
but they actually no. They never released it. They never released the RAM expansion in the United States. I imported that bitch from Japan, and trust me when I say every Capcom fighting game was arcade perfect with that motherfucker in there.
Nice. For the
arcade
Genesis?
Perfect. No load times. Sega Saturn.
Saturn. Oh.
Yeah. Like no load times. Like all the little graininess of the audio and stuff was crystal clear. Like I mean, like it was like you just walked into an arcade and just started popping quarters and just went to work.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, like I do say like even though Sega Saturn did not live a very fulfilled life, man, that was my favorite console of that era. And that's saying a lot considering that I retired like 3 PS1s.
Wow.
in that generation.
Well, the Saturn was the best place to play fighting games, though.
True.
So, I think that's why a lot of fighting.
But the Saturn also had some damn good like JRPGs back then too.
Yeah, I mean they had a Panzer Dragoon, right? That was, I mean, that's not.
Yep.
JRPG,
oh God, man,
was,
I am so mad. Like I had like Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know where it went. I know for sure it must have gotten stolen from me because I do not remember ever trading that into a GameStop. All I know is I had that and it is lost, and now that game is worth so much money.
Yeah. What were the big JRPGs on that?
For the Saturn, we had Guardian Heroes. What else did we have? because there was
it's trying to be-
working designs was still making games. Shoot.
So you had some
Uh,
Lunar games on there, at least.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like the
Lunar
original
something.
Well, that was
Lunar.
Sega CD. Sega CD
Oh
announced
yeah.
launched the Lunar games.
Yeah, but there was one on Saturn, right? And then they ended up getting special editions on the PS1.
Hmm.
Lunar Blue and Lunar
Yeah, let's
Silver.
see. Like, like the Shining Force games got revamps on that. Shining Force 3 was the actually. Hold on.
Hmm.
Sega Saturn. All right, the Fancy Star
Sega
Collection.
Saturn.
That was a thing. Oh, Langrisser. Yep, that was a
Mhm.
thing.
They got a better version of
Lunar
Vandal.
2 Eternal Blue Complete did come out on the Sega Saturn.
Ooh, they did get a better version of Vandal Hearts on the Saturn, but I think you had to
Yes,
import it.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, Sakura Wars. Yeah. Oh, that was a mainstay for. I don't. What was wrong with Sega never letting that come to the United States?
because
They
I mean,
had
have you?
like two that came
They
to the
had
United
two that came
States.
to the States. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
one came to the States in the past few years.
Yeah, no, they had Farewell My Love, the one that took place in New York for the PlayStation. Was it PlayStation? For the PlayStation 2. And then they tried to reboot the series, and that one was for the PS4. And that one was just called Sakura Awards.
Mm, mm.
I have two worst gaming purchases.
Two.
I want to hear it.
One is because
It's my fault.
accidents happen.
Accidents happen.
And the other is because I got embroiled in a trophy war and
Trophy war.
and I was trying really hard to win.
Mm.
You were trying to one up someone in trophies.
I was trying.
my
Well,
gosh.
I ended up doing it, but so
Oh,
I got the win.
The trophy war was real about 5 years ago, LeRon.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
you know. Oh, I know the trophy war is real. Like I like because like depending on the game, like I would also get embroiled in a trophy war depending on the game.
Like
Like-
I started looking at easy platinums to get because everything was weighted. And if you get a ton of platinums, it's really hard to catch.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this game on PSN called Orc Slayer. It is probably the worst game I've ever
That
played.
sounds like it's gonna get you into trouble.
No, I mean honestly, it's literally a first person shooter where you're just killing orcs. Like there's no like illicit content. There's nothing really like questionable about it other than the fact that you can see it's the only game I've ever looked at and go, man, this is really just not finished in a way that like is a problem. Like you could talk about games that release and they tack on DLC and everyone's like, why didn't they just finish the game? This is actually like it's like 88% developed. Like that's what's happening. Like hitboxes are weird. If you had to get headshots, and for some reason like I must have gotten like 5,000 or 6,000 headshots in these things just to get a 100 headshot trophy. Like it was bad. Like there were so many things that were just incorrect about the game and none of it had to do with like story or characters or anything. It was actually just the execution of the development. It's the only time I've ever been like, oh, so when people say like a bad game, this is what they mean. Rather than a game they just don't like. And then the other one is a piece of hardware, a handheld that I picked up that I wanted to play a select few games on. And within a week of getting it, something happened.
Oh no, something happened?
And the piece of hardware broke. So like I say this is a bad purchase because of that rather than the hardware being wrong, but it's the Nintendo 3DS.
Oh wow.
I bought a 3DS like 5 years ago now. Like after like they had like, you know, basically ceased production of it, and I was doing. I had planned to play Persona Q on it. I had it loaded up. I had it ready, and finished doing dishes in my kitchen. Grabbed it, turned, slipped. It falls out of my hands, and my knee lands on it.
Ooh.
I mean, crushing it. The shell shattered. Like it was bad. Nobody was hurt. I was fine.
Was this the first, like the first edition 3DS? Like,
No,
you know,
no,
not
no,
like
no,
an
no,
XL
no.
or something.
It was an XL. It was an XL.
Oh God.
And
Oh, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, it sucked. So I'm like, wow, that's like, and I had to pay a couple $100 for it. So I'm like, that sucks.
Oh, I have another.
That
worse.
Earthbound save is gone. Like,
Oh you annihilated the freaking cartridge that was inside of it too?
Oh, it was digital. It was
Oh, digital. Okay.
Yeah.
I absolutely detest like Nintendo's digital structure from back then. I hate it.
No, I mean, it's just a matter of time before we have to do it all with whatever their next hardware is.
True, yeah, but
Right.
it seems like it's been a lot more forgiving in like the Nintendo Switch era. Like, you know, like it's been easy to like get a new console and recover your software.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
true.
not like that with the DS, the
No.
3DS.
It was not. Yeah.
Like shit, because I bought a Luigi Mansions 2 I bought a bundle. And like I was so mad when I got the 3DS. I was so mad when I got the 3DS XL because like for the life of me I could not recover that damn Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, you know.
Mm. So yeah, one is a bad purchase because it was a bad game. The other is a bad purchase because consequences.
Yeah. I do have one. Anyone that's a PS1 owner and bought the memory cards that had like the eight slots on them, you know, you press that. My dumbass bought two of them because like the first one that kicked the bucket on me, that had to be a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a second one, and the second one did two things wrong to me. It corrupted a Final Fantasy VIII save, which is also why I've never finished Final Fantasy VIII. It corrupted a Final Fantasy VIII save, but also because when you try to go into the menu system and delete that corrupted save, it corrupted everything else on the card. I was done. That's why I've never beaten Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, I remember working at Toys R Us and warning people specifically against those cards. It's like,
was that Mad Catz?
It was one of those third-party brands. Basically, with memory cards, you stuck with the first party.
Yeah, you know that's the thing too. You know how certain demographics of gamers, like they've learned not to trust certain things. You know, like for example, like Nintendo up to a certain phase, like Nintendo, if it did not have that Nintendo quality of seal on it, you knew not to buy it. You know, PlayStation owners had to go through like the whack ass fucking third party memory cards. Everybody up until the Xbox 360 era had to deal with fucking shitty ass Mad Catz controllers and Mad Catz accessories. Period. The only thing Mad Catz that seemed to work right was the Mad Catz version of the Game Genies. That was the only thing that Mad Catz made that ever seemed to work right.
What was it for Xbox? The things that Mad Catz got right were the things that were supposed to not work right.
Yeah. What would be the Xbox equivalent of and don't say the Xbox 360. Don't say just the system itself. With his history of the red rings.
I mean, that whatever. Because that got fixed eventually. Right?
Did it?
I mean,
Did
who
it?
knows? Does it ever get fixed?
If they didn't fix the red ring thing, there was a problem with the hard drive.
Right. And like that shit happens. It sucks, but it happens. It happened to me once. Like I know. I'm not one of the super unlucky ones that had to do 3 or 4 of those. But I feel like with Xbox, I don't really think there is one of those.
There wasn't like a third party something that just everyone
I mean,
everyone learned their lesson off of.
there's always some ratchet ass third party stuff. We know this.
Yeah.
I mean, remember the Super Scope?
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a third party. That was a first party peripheral.
Okay, ratchet ass first party then. Shut my mouth.
There wasn't anything that used the Super
you can-
Scope other than the Super Scope game.
Exactly. It was stupid. The robot, Nintendo's fucking robot was bad.
Oh yeah.
No, Rob was fun. Rob made me had a friend.
Shut up, fanboy.
Look, you know, Rob and Gyromite were a match made in heaven, but that was it.
It's fair.
I mean, even okay, you want to talk about the worst, and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right here and now. I don't care. Everybody in the Bosch Rush community, come at me. None of these three. The worst Nintendo accessory ever put out, the Power Glove. I fucking said it.
Yeah.
That thing was dog shit. We all bought one because it was in that cool ass wizard movie when we were all in 4th grade going, I could be Fred Savage playing Super Mario 3. That'd be great. Oh, okay. She thinks he's cute because he has a Power Glove. That thing is garbage.
Okay. So everyone who's had a Power Glove experienced one of these 3 things, but not all 3 at once. Did the D-pad fail on you, or basically like misfire on you? Sure. Was it the number keys not registering when you pressed them? Like you basically were breaking your wrist trying to press the number keys.
Yeah.
or was the gyrometer just ass on it?
All of the above. All of the above.
All of the above.
I feel like the worst of Sega's things has to be the Game Gear.
I have a Game
Well,
Gear.
I think it was just for the. Well, actually, it was for the battery. It was for the battery and the screen burn in. Like
it was just poorly.
Yeah,
poorly made.
Yeah, I mean, sound quality was great on it though. Like, man, them speakers and that audio processor was the shit.
I knew a kid that had one, and I was like, man, you're over here playing handheld games in color, while as Austin over there is playing Mario Brothers in black and white. What a dummy! But you also needed like 500 AA batteries.
And let's be real, man. Like the Super Mario. What was the Game Boy Super Mario games?
Super Mario Land. They
could have been better. There's a lot to be desired on those games.
Hey, sure. Super Mario: The 6 Golden Coins was pretty freaking awesome.
I never played it.
Me either.
Okay, you know what? We're ending the podcast so that Corey can go on.
Can I derail your order, because I really want to talk about what I've been playing. But
we already talked about what we've been playing.
I know y'all did, but I had to put a son away. I had to put my son to sleep.
I had to put my kid away. It sounds like you put him in a cage.
No, he's just in a drawer upstairs. It's fine. He's fine. There are air holes. He can breathe. It's cool. He's been fed. Did we have any other questions before I do that? Because I don't want to.
I mean, we do, but
do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
God, this is the After Dark doc again.
Okay.
Our last question comes from Midwest Side Quest via Threads. Which video game character smells the worst?
Well, based on personal experience from the Earthbound guide, it would be Belch. Because the Earthbound guide had the scratch stickers.
I'll bet you Donkey Kong's got some ripening going on.
Oh, some terrible BO.
And then let's not even bring up Funky Kong.
There's a reason it's called Funky.
Exactly. Grandpa Kong ain't smelling right.
I imagine that the ghouls from Fallout will probably smell pretty bad. In fact, most characters from Fallout would probably smell pretty bad.
I mean, post-apocalypse, hygiene kind of goes out the window.
The pig monsters from Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Rocksteady and Bebop probably don't.
Oh
smell great.
God, you just know the funk is insane with those guys.
I mean, the Krang. Come on, you kidding me? You know, Shredder.
Actually, I feel like the Krang would. They actually have. I feel like Krang has very good hygiene.
I'll bet you Shredder is ripe under that armor.
You know, it's funny. It's funny we're talking about Ninja Turtle characters because like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have invaded Street Fighter Duel.
Yeah, and they
Like,
also live in a sewer.
They probably smell like ass too.
Yeah. I mean, now let's talk about Mario because plumbers they deal.
Oh, he's always going down them fucking pipes.
Yeah, so like, what's his proximity to actually doing plumbing? You know, before saving the princess, is he like? Was he just home and showered when she called and needed his help, or was he on the job and then slipped into the Mushroom Kingdom? Is like, well, where am I going to shower? Oh no, I ate this flower and now I spit fire. Like, what am I?
I don't know. Given his heritage, I think he would at least have some sort of clone.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Mm. Well,
or at least smelled like spaghetti.
Is Toad like Is Toad actually like a fungus? Because
yeah, I'm curious about that too.
I thought they answered the discussions whether that's a hat or his head.
Yeah, no.
Well, they answer it in the Mario movie. He clearly takes it off. He just has
they retconned because I'm pretty sure Miyamoto said it was his head.
No, because he took it off in the cartoons too.
Those aren't canon. Those aren't canon. Everybody
sure
knows
it is.
that. No. As much as I would love Captain Lou Albano's Super Mario Brothers Super Show to be canon, I don't think it is.
Sure it is. Why not?
Still real to me, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
They liked part of that show because they used the song in the movie, sort of.
Super Mario, do the Mario.
Let's see. I mean, I'll bet you Warthog Ganon doesn't exactly smell of roses.
Yeah, that's probably true. Human
Ganon probably smells fucking divine. Let's be real.
Yeah, like the the current version of Ganon looks like he takes glorious baths.
Yeah.
With rose petals.
Hygiene to the friggin'
he looks like he pampers himself, you know, in between his gym sessions.
Yeah, he's like, when I'm not being a villain, I practice self-care, son.
I think I'm going back to Destiny, everybody, but it's okay. I think Callus probably smells really bad. He's a giant ugly alien fat god guy. He thinks he's a god. He's like a Roman emperor type big.
Oh yeah, he probably smells terrible.
Yeah, he's gross. Also,
I mean,
in
do
Lightfall,
we think Xur has the best smell?
Yeah, man. If you played the 30th anniversary
mode,
I have not. He's in the space magic realm. He probably smells good.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a image of Callus that people will. I want people to know what he smells like. Here, Game Rant has a picture of Callus.
Even for being on an alternate plane of existence, I'll bet you most of the characters in Paradise Killer actually smell okay.
This is what Callus looks like. He's also kept in a vat of like nastiness.
Wow.
Tell me that.
Oh my god.
They're just really trying to out Pizza the Hut on this one, aren't they?
Yep. He's dead now. Spoilers. If you haven't played Lightfall, too bad. He's dead now.
I bet Nemesis from Resident Evil does not smell anywhere close to good.
That's probably also true. He probably smells awful.
Probably smells like he's dead.
Yeah.
I'll bet you Mr. X smells great though.
He's got a peaty aroma with a trace of lilac.
He smells like an aged scotch, so it's like a campfire plus alcohol.
Man. Oh man! Anyone listening to this pod tonight is gonna think we're insane.
The people, yeah.
There's
Sorry.
no thinking. They know.
I think that went out the window a long time ago.
What do you think Banjo Kazooie and Kazooie smell like?
Trash Panda. This is Nerds Gone Rogue.
Trash Panda.
What was it? Was it when we played 20 Questions with Lee and Becky? Was it you said it was a trash rabbit in jorts?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Trash rabbit in jorts.
Something like that. Oh, man. I missed 20 Questions, man.
Oh my god!
I have a hard enough time remembering things at work, but I can recall that like nothing.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? I'll bet you Booger Man smells fucking terrible.
He smells like boogers.
And farts, because that's one of his moves.
So which one do you think smells worse, Toe Jam or Earl?
Oh, it's who's
neither. You want to know why?
Why?
They don't smell like what you think they smell like. They smell like weed. Like that's it. They just smell like aliens that came to Earth and got real high. Like that's.
You know, I can't find any argument against that.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, before we go, Matt, do you want to say what you've been playing? What are you playing?
I want to talk to you guys about Helldivers. Helldivers 2 is goddamn amazing, and I feel like all three of you, Stephanie included, would enjoy it.
Everybody's wanting me to play that game.
It's really fun. It is really fun. Without trying to be disrespectful, this game is essentially the first game as an over-the-shoulder third-person shooter. Like very little is really alternated or is really altered. But the twist is they have one person at Arrowhead as like a D&D style GM for this game. Say what now? It is essentially one person against the player base. And it is a special thing. And it is really cool to watch happen. Now, granted, the things that have happened in the almost 2 months that it's been out, it's not like if you start today, you get to experience all of that because everything just keeps happening. It's like, honestly, this is like the live service game for me, where I don't necessarily have to log in every day and do a task to understand that things are happening. But never have I felt in communication with a development team while playing a game so much as I have been playing this game. On top of that, like, it's just, you drop in for a mission, you try and complete that mission. That's really it. There's no full-on campaign. The beginning is like your tutorial, and it's really hilarious because they lean into like the Starship Troopers absurdity pretty well.
That's kind of what intrigued me with it, actually.
But this time out, experiencing the things that I have with this game, this is probably the first person shooter or the third person shooter equivalent to like when people talk about their epic matches in Call of Duty or even their old epic matches in Halo, which I played, but like I never had that experience. It didn't hit me like that. But like I will not forget fighting on Malevelon Creek for the first few times. I will not forget my first week fighting the automatons there because I thought I'm done with the Terminids. I've gotten to where I can do Helldives there and it's fine. But it is the only thing that has ever really been, and I know this is going to sound very hyperbolic. I don't mean it to, but it's the only really way I can phrase it. But like some of those fights were kind of traumatic in that being that outgunned, that outnumbered, and still like finding the energy to keep fighting. It was wild. I've never been so ready to revel in failing. Like I have on, or like I did on Malevelon Creek. Because I mean, when Malevelon Creek finally got liberated, and it will be taken again because that's how this game works. But when it finally got liberated, it was one of those things. I sat back, I saw that it was, and I sat back with like a sigh of relief, and I'm like, finally, maybe the demons will go away now.
Oh my god!
It is such a, and this is just like my interaction. I don't expect anybody here to start this game and have that thought process. But the fact that it went there for me, and the fact that, you know, knowing that it's completely, you know, just a game still hitting me that deep, it's a special thing. So how this game works is you start out with a limited amount of stratagems that you can bring on a mission. You unlock them as you gain experience and level up. Ultimately, leveling up does not make you tougher. It just makes your toolbox bigger. So
yeah, it does.
You know, the adults are talking right now, Patrick. Stop.
Democracy. Democracy.
Democracy's nuts. But so leveling, like if like I'm level 67 right now, if I jump into a level 0's game, the only difference between them and I, other than the amount of games I've played, is
the size of your toolbox.
You gonna mess around. Matt's gonna show you a box tonight. Oh.
No, he's not worthy. I mean, all of this, he's going down the rungs on the ladder.
Jesus,
he's climbing out of my bed tonight. But so the only real difference is the number of tools I can choose from. Like that's really it. And some of those tools hit harder, some of them don't, but ultimately, very much like Monster Hunter, every weapon has a certain amount of viability. You just have to know how to use it. And then I leave the space for Patrick, and he's not even there.
Hey, you kicked me out of the bedroom. I'm sorry.
Fair. But yeah, I love this game so much. I love this game so much that I almost tried to start my own Helldivers podcast because I wanted to talk about it. Then I found a podcast had already been started, and I reached out to them, and they had me teach them some things about Helldivers. It was wild. They're like, "You're gonna come on and teach us." I'm like, "Okay," and they
didn't give you a job after.
Well, I didn't ask because I felt like it would have been rude. But yeah, I thought that was a nice little interaction, but this game is really cool, and you all should play it.
He didn't want to usurp their podcast.
Yeah, like I'm not here to big time somebody, and I'm not even big. I'm not a big time person.
Sure you are. Not with that attitude.
Matt was trying not to come in there swinging his daddy
His-
parts.
No.
his toolbox.
Yes. It took him long enough to get back here, but he's here, and we're glad he's back. Thank you, Patrick.
You're welcome.
But no, the Super Earth Radio podcast was really fun to be a part of and still be around, and I like those guys a lot. They are very earnest in their they're very earnest in their adventures into this series, and when I tell them about things that happened in the first game, they're like, so that could probably happen here. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it probably will. In fact, you see all this happening right now, we're getting back to where the first game was, even though it's like different like the automatons and the terminids are kind of evolutions on the bugs and the cyborgs in the first game. But the third faction in the first game is supposedly the next rumored one to show up, and that they are the Illuminates, and they basically look like if an Apple store and Wally were real angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what they look like. But yeah, this game is really cool. You should play it. Hopefully you can play with me. I'd love to play with you folks because y'all are fun.
Who's fun?
You
No.
and LeRon
That's
and
not
Patrick. You try real hard to not be fun, Corey, but we pull your stick out of the mud every single time.
Who's pulling my stick?
Wow.
I chose my words.
You know how to turn a phrase, buddy.
Turn something.
At least someone's pulling Corey's stick.
Oh.
That's nobody here.
Dude, same.
You kids ruin that. Anyways. Yeah, Helldivers is a game I really want to play. I just haven't gotten around to it.
So I feel like it is like this one specifically, because I think when I was playing the first one, I would say that it's kind of a top-down Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is it's more Destiny, but there's no PvP.
Oh, I heard it was like very like the opposite of Destiny. Because
no,
it's, like,
I wouldn't say that.
Simplified.
I wouldn't say that at all, because Destiny, like the one big turnoff for me, and I'm not like saying that Destiny did this poorly. I'm just saying I didn't like it. The story seemed very like they really want to make this thing epic, whereas the only thing that's really epic in Helldivers is sort of the player experience. And if you're not willing to like let that experience be epic or like experience it that way without some grandiose, possibly overwrought sci-fi story, then I can see why you bounce off of it, because it really is just, I mean, honestly, it's like doing strikes in Destiny. Each mission is essentially a strike. If you try it and fail it, it disappears, and then you can try another one. Like, that's really it. But the overall story is essentially the galactic war that's going on. And you see that whenever you look at the map on your ship. And that changes at least week to week. It can change day to day. But nothing is really withheld from the player. That's all given to you in the game. But it's all given as like bulletins rather than thousands of years ago, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really it's really very cool, and it's really very funny. And I like that it's caught on in a way that it makes me happy that it caught on, because if I like a lot of developers, I have a very strong attachment to a lot of them. I think the only one I would ever want to do PR for is Arrowhead, because I love their work so much. But the cool thing this time out specifically is everybody at the studio seems to be leaning into the bit. If you get into the Helldivers Discord, anything that comes from someone on the dev team it's like written to sound like the bulletins you get in the game, and it's really awesome. Like all of them are leaning into it. It's a wonderful little ARG on top of a great video game. And the fact that this one sort of broke big in a way that a small studio like Arrowhead was not ready for. It turned off a lot of it. Was like, how come this game is crashing so much? Well, you're talking about a sequel to a game that maybe had 100,000 concurrent players 9 years ago. Like, it was next to nothing. By comparison, now they're setting records on Steam. They're frying their servers because too many people want to play this game. And also, like, they're releasing new things for it at a steady clip, sometimes even as a surprise. Like, one day we logged in and all of a sudden there were flying bugs. There weren't flying bugs before, but now there are. They've added new mission types almost as a surprise. And there have been a lot of folks saying this game is pay to win. Anybody who has looked into it at all can realize that it's not. Anybody who's played the game for longer than 5 hours realizes that all of the better stuff that you need is essentially in the main game for you. So, Helldivers 2, I'm going to say it right now, it is far and away. It is the game to beat for me this year.
Nice.
I don't know how many games I'm going to get to play this year, but
well, this is the one.
But this is like, if y'all have me back for your game of the year stuff, guess what I'm talking about? Number one, I'll just spoil it for you now, unless something changes. Unless Hades 2 is really good in early access, like,
I don't know. Judging by the opinions on Twitter, a lot of people exploded with the Hades 2 tech demo.
They don't like it, or
no, they loved it a lot. That it made them premature.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
You mean you want to say ejaculate?
Sure.
Okay, you can say that.
Okay, can we, Corey? Is that a word?
It's a technical term. It's not. It is an actual dictionary defined term. It's not slang. It's not slander.
I don't
it
care.
Made them ejaculate in their pants.
In their pants?
In their pants.
That's kind of messy.
They didn't even have time to take it out. It just happened.
Oh, hate that. It gets all sticky. It's gross.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, unless something really special comes out, like, that's probably going to be what I'm talking about at the end of the year, this year. Thank you for letting me talk about that. I've wanted to tell you all about that for so long.
Well, that's why you're here, to talk about the game that we didn't talk about. Arguably the most popular game of the year.
With.
Well, what do you mean you have no friends to play with? That's another great thing about this. It is seamlessly cross-play between PC and PlayStation.
All right. You know what, Matt? I'm gonna. You were one of the first people to like get me to jump on this. I'm gonna plop $30 down on this.
I mean,
whoa.
I mean, yeah. It's
only $30. It's cheap. It's a fairly inexpensive game in this day and age of like $70 games.
Yep. And the war bonds that are in the game they're called premium. You have two options there. You can just play the game and get 1,000 credits to unlock either war bond, or they're $10. I've not paid a cent for any of them.
You know, that's what I love. That's what I love. It's
and they don't go away. They're not like battle passes where they disappear after that season or whatever.
That's nice, because I love when it's pay to win if you want to pay to win.
It's not and the thing is, in those war bonds, like the newest one that came out, a lot of those weapons, while they are very special and kind of powerful, you have to have other things already to use them.
Mhm.
Like I wouldn't like the Eruptor. I wouldn't just say, yeah, get the Eruptor right away. It's perfect. It's the best weapon in the game, because it's 100% not. There are so many setbacks with that. If you just walk in with the Eruptor not knowing what it can do, you'll be confused and you will die. Also, the friendly fire is hilarious.
Yeah, that's always the funny
And
part, though.
anytime I'm in a squad and we are overrun and someone throws in a cluster bomb, it's inevitably going to kill one of us, and all of us will laugh at it every time. Like, throwing in a cluster bomb, back off. Nope, someone's dying.
Well, death is always funny. On that note, Matt, I'm glad you're here.
I don't like what you did there, Derek.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll figure it out later. Anyways, Matt, thanks for joining us tonight. We missed you.
Yeah, sorry I was so late.
It's not okay, but we'll talk about it
I mean,
after.
I mean, you can yell at my son, but if you do that, I might kill you. So, because that's the reason I had to make sure my son got to bed. Otherwise he was gonna be down here just melting down.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, Matt, I'm glad you're here. I think you're gonna be around more often than not. Hopefully,
that's true. That's true.
We gotta. Matt and I have been talking a little bit behind the scenes.
Yeah,
because I know Matt wants to do something.
I'm about to infect y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready.
So it was gonna be a surprise, but Matt was late. So
yeah, another time.
Yeah, another time. We'll get there.
Everybody will forget we can surprise them. It's fine.
No, it'll be fine. Everybody out there, thank you so much for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. You can get it 1 week early on Patreon for just $1. If not, your listenership and viewership are enough for us. Pat, LeRon, Matt, thank you for your time tonight, as always. I want to thank everybody out there for watching and or listening and subscribing and sharing with your friends. Until next time, we love you. Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Kiel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.